Good morning. It's Tuesday, 17th of November 2015. This is Sylvia Shivamurthy and you're listening to the newspaper reviews on www.athavan.com. Let's now look at the newspaper highlights in Daily Mirror. The top headline says, Lankan nabbed with 66.1 million in foreign currency. A 35-year-old Sri Lankan was arrested at the Mattala Mahinda Rajapaksa International Airport while attempting to smuggle some 66.1 million worth foreign currency out of the country. Another highlight says, probes delayed by lack of information. Insufficient information provided in the complaints was the main reason for the long delay in completing investigations into allegations of bribery and corruption, Bribery Commission Director General Dinriksha Dias Wickramasinghe said yesterday. There's another highlight which says, Mahinda Deshapriya to head Elections Commission. Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya was appointed as chairman of the Elections Commission by President Maithripala Sirisena. President's Counsel N.J. Abhisekara and former Jaffna University Vice-Chancellor S. Ratnajeevan H. Hool were also been appointed as members of the commission. The highlight at the middle says, Government planning to invest ETF in CSE. The real intention in setting up a private sector pension scheme by merging the EPF and the ETF is to invest these funds in the Colombo Stock Exchange by handing over their administration to a private fund manager, UPFA MP Bandula Gunawardena said yesterday. Another highlight at the middle says, FCID visits CSN. Laptop, PC, hard disk taken into custody. Officials of the Financial Criminal Investigation Division yesterday visited the Carlton Sports Network in Bathramulla to conduct investigations regarding the awarding of broadcasting rights to CSN by violating tender procedure, police media spokesperson Ruwan Gunasekar said. The highlight at the bottom says, Avant-garde, Premier warns Cabinet Minister. Prime Minister Ranil Wickramasinghe has reportedly strongly advised the senior cabinet minister of his cabinet not to engage with any parties about the avant-garde issue in the future. Accordingly, the Prime Minister had a file containing all the articles related to the avant-garde case made by this particular cabinet minister and advised the minister not to tarnish the image of the government in the aftermath of the resignation of Tilak Marapana from the ministry portfolio, claiming that many parties praised Marapana's decision. Let's now move to the newspaper highlights in Daily News. The top headline says, CID informs magistrate. AG failed to take action in museum theft case. The Criminal Investigation Department has not received the instructions from the Attorney General in relation to the National Museum robbery, though a year has elapsed since the relevant extract were referred for the AG's instructions. The CID officials yesterday told Colombo Chief Magistrate Gihan Pilapitiya that they were waiting the Attorney General's instructions in relation to this case. They said that the relevant extract bearing number CR172013 in connection with this incident were referred to the AG on 28th August 2014, but the AG has not given instructions to them to carry out further investigation into this incident. The highlight at the middle says, 5 injured as van plunges down precipice in Rambuda. 5 persons, including a woman, were injured after the van they were travelling plunged down a precipice in Rambuda on Sunday around 10:30 p.m. The police media unit said the victims were rushed to the Kotmale District Hospital. The woman was transferred to the Gampula Hospital for further treatment. The victims are members of the same family and residents in Velisara. Kotmale police are investigating. Another highlight says, ITN bigwigs sent on compulsory leave. The General Manager, Deputy General Manager and Assistant General Manager of ITN were sent on compulsory leave on disciplinary grounds on the orders of the Presidential Commission. The highlight at the bottom says, BASL concerned over excessive force by police. The Executive Committee of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka is gravely concerned by reports that the police used excessive force to disperse the protest march by the group of persons who are said to be HNDS students and who were seeking to approach the University Grants Commission in Colombo on October 29th. And now let's look at the newspaper highlights in Ceylon today. The top highlight says, Ranil warns a minister. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has called a prominent minister who was engaged in a heated debate with a number of parties regarding the Athavan case to temple trees yesterday and had issued a stern warning. Wickremesinghe, who returned from Singapore, had asked the minister to visit him immediately. Prime Minister had shown the relevant minister the statements he made about avant-garde and media reports based on his statements and advised the minister to not to continue the debate. The highlight at the middle says, BC has backlog of 9,000 cases. The Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption has a backlog of over 9,000 cases that needs to be investigated, its Director General Dilukshi Wickremesinghe said yesterday. This year alone we got 4,000 complaints. Well, before that we had a backlog of 5,000 cases, some dating back to 2001. I feel that more and more people are logging complaints with us because the people's trust in the Commission has increased, she said. Another highlight says, 2,000 dual citizenships to be granted today. Over 2,000 Sri Lankans who had applied for dual citizenship will be granted the official authorization today at Temple Trees with the participation of President Maithripala Sirisena, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and Line Minister S.B. Navina. And the highlight at the bottom says, 13 state employees may lose jobs. The Presidential Commission of Inquiry to investigate and inquire into serious acts of fraud, corruption and abuse of power, state resources and privileges is expected to recommend the termination of the service of 13 state employees from their posts in state institutions. We brought you the paper highlights in today's newspapers and we'll bring you more tomorrow. Thank you.